Hello YouTube Shroomies, hope you're having a great day. We are day 15 on server 1833 in our free-to-play playthrough adventures here, and we have now Souls and Theater unlocked, and it is a great opportunity for me to talk to you all about, this part of the progression and what to do. On the very first day, you want to go into Soul Trials right away, push to level 110. And then every day come back here, push your floor as far as you can, because here on a daily basis, you'll get a little chest appearing here that allows you to collect soul essences, which is used to upgrade your souls. And of course, this is the essence you use in your soul rush events when they come around, which is on right now. And you basically want to upgrade only during soul rush and during the rest of the week. Don't upgrade anything, save those souls. You can go ahead and salvage, that's fine. But you want to save for the Soul Rush event again to maximize your return on getting those Skyrider passes. So when it comes to soul acquisition, other than soul trials, you can get them from summoning here. You can see I've already used up all my soul crystals, but there's a couple places where you can get them. But first, let me just show you the odds. Yes, you can get legendary souls in here. Ideally, you get them so you don't have to buy them from different event shops. I'll show you where you can also go to grab them in the event shop. But all you need is the highest tier. And you can go ahead and actually upgrade the lower tier ones. Just say you're super unlucky right now, and we'll actually show you right now. So in bed, say I want to actually, do I have a dupe right now? Say crit resistance. Do I have crit resistance equipped somewhere? No, I actually don't, unfortunately. So, but what I can do here, for example, if I reset this, right, I'm gonna get some of these soul shards back. If I re-upgrade it, no, it won't count towards the soul trial. If I were to upgrade, for example, here crit bonus, I remove it and I go salvage. I actually get 100% of everything I put in there back. So it's okay to go ahead and upgrade your gold ones. It's even okay to go upgrade your blue ones. If you are super unlucky and you can't even get a purple in one of the 8 slots you need here. There are 8 different slots, by the way: attack, defense, HP, crit damage, combo damage, counter damage, basic attack damage, and crit resistance. You're noticing here we're missing some of the key ones like skill damage, power damage, right? This is the reason, one of the main reasons why I say switch to archer class right now, because when souls start unlocking, your archer damage is going to completely take off, but you're going to need pink souls for you to really excel. So what am I talking about? Which is fusion here, and you need both type 1 pink soul, type 1 red soul and type 2 red soul to obtain them. And you can see a quick preview here of the pink souls in terms of what they are. And these are the additional stats you are looking for. So for example, crit pow damage, you combine that with a crit resistance piece. So when you upgrade this pink soul, you're going to get crit resistance and crit rate. When you get pow damage over here, you are going to get counter damage at the same time, which is kind of not required for you as a Beastmaster, right? So this is where all of that additional kind of skill comes into play. So let's talk about where you can obtain these things. One of them will be your first pink soul. Most of them you will get them over here in your family bra shop, but of course you usually want to get the ward snare or the star array depending on which class you are, archer or mage. And then I think Winged Dreams is really good for pals as well. So if you're a pal class, this is where you get your red soul selection. You want to buy your main class skills first before you go buy your red soul selection. By the 3rd week, most players should be able to now buy this particular skill. There are other places where you can get red soul, for example, in the pay to win event, but we won't go there. The place where you get your pink soul too is also over here. It's cross server rank arena. This is pretty much the only place you can get it. The other one is the spinner event, but spinner event is really for whales. Over here, make sure you don't buy any of these things above, as much tempting as you might think they are. When I first started this game, I made the huge mistake, and it cost me a lot of progression time. You want to make sure you have 6 awakening crystals first before you look at this red soul selection. So that's why, when you're progressing normally, you usually should be fully awakened with 2 pink souls before you hit Eternal or Lamp level 28. So this is kind of where you want to plan out your progression, and that's why I said, the moment I reached level 100 was when I switched over to the Archer class, because Archer class is the most efficient for you to progress on all of your PvE content over the next little while until you get to Awaken and, 2 pink souls. All right, so with that, hopefully that was really helpful for me in terms of explaining to you how souls work, how you want to progress. Here's kind of the stat priority in case, if you want to, for archers during this period of time, you prioritize your attack soul, which will unlock for me one of these blocks once I get to the soul trial level. So that's why every day going here, do your soul trials. But once I have the attack one, I was lucky enough to already get a golden attack one, hopefully get a red one soon. Upgrade that, right? And that's my priority on upgrade. Then I want to upgrade my combo. Then I want to put some into crit damage. In theory, you can put them all the same if you want. Ideally, you put like maybe 5 levels higher on attack, then combo, and then 5 levels higher than crit damage. Roughly that ratio is probably as optimal as you can get. Just general rule of thumb I will leave with you there. It's going to vary by player because of all of your different multipliers. So you can go ahead and try it yourself for if you really want to min-max to that point. But for me, that just generally, you're not going to be too far off. Fusion, like I mentioned, you're not going to be worrying about fusion until you have awakened already. If you're a whale, you might be lucky to get one through your spinner event that comes around with those silver coins. I want to take a quick moment to also talk about theater and also take advantage of talking about build. You can see here my power is probably very low compared to a lot of the other players who are around the same rank. Let's just see, so for example, Payfoam is 22 million higher. Fungi, right? You can see all these guys are much higher than me, yet then I compare it down here, right? Like this guy's about the same. Moist. Sorry about that. Like everyone is higher power yet, or relatively about the same, but they're not able to progress as far. So a lot of it comes down to, this is the point in the game where you really need to start focusing on 2 things. One, make sure you're filtering for the right substats. Ideally you have combo and crit. Even if here, like, because I couldn't even get 1 piece of Supreme with at least 1 substats on here, I opted to just keep this piece, which is going to give me just a little bit more substats towards it. This is when you start getting combo damage because of souls. So your prayer statue is not optimal right now. I only have 3 pieces, and you can see it is dreadfully, dreadfully low. At the next prayer event, I am definitely going to go for, SS combo for all of these, which is going to be a huge power spike. But in absence of that, I'm settling with attack and combo, which is going to give me the most bang for my buck as the next best option. But that's basically what's allowing me to progress very efficiently. The other part is about your skill build. For pretty much all of your PvE content, you will find this build to be super helpful. The key is to make sure you have snare, then speed surge. The next 2 you want to have is you want to have smoke bomb on here, and then 100 slashes. Those are basically your key to PvE in terms of damage. You can put in a disarm to time your disarm perfectly to, when the enemy is about to reach you. You can also try things like a disarm into a stun, into a blitz assault, and then over here you have boss damage immunity, so you can cycle back to another disarm, and you keep maybe speed up along with 100 slash probably is the best option, I think, in terms, if I remember correctly. But basically you can try a CC chain to maximize your damage that way. Remember the stage number earlier in the stages. melee enemies, you really benefit from just simply stalling them out with a lot of slowing down, combining with the snail. They're at 80% slow, so they're going to take 5 times longer to reach you, giving you ample time to do damage to them. Some of you might have gotten lucky with Star Array. I am completely saddened by how unlucky I've been with my summons, but there's a couple of ones that are really good for Archer. I'll take the moment since I'm on the screen. You basically want to, the best one, of course, I think, for many classes, you want to use the passive SSR1 for the genie, because you straight out get just flat attack, global attack stat overall on top of everything, and then some extra defense. The other really good option over here is I think this is the one. Yeah, you gain attack speed at the beginning of the battle, because really you're going to be Soul Glass Cannon. That's kind of key. So these are kind of your 2 options. You definitely want this on support. You get additional crit rate as the Archer. And then finally, the one that you can see I'm already using, I will recommend this little guy here to do additional boss damage. And if you want in PvP, you can also use this one to increase your defense, which is really helpful. So that kind of helps you in terms of cover the soul content, give you a little bit on progression. These, in terms of how to fight these bosses, right? You're fighting the exact same bosses over here in Soul Trial. So dragons, are going to be high hitting, but really low HP. You're gonna, as you progress through the stages, each of these stages, right, as you go up to 10, 9 and 10, 1 and 2, they're melee bosses, but then from 3 through 8, they're range bosses. Range bosses increase in attack, decreases in attack as you go up higher levels, but they increasing additional HP, allowing you to kind of just adjust your build slightly to account for that. Want to take a quick moment to talk about theater. Almost forgot about that. So here on theater, I'm opting for a build that is maxing out DPS. So here, that's incorrect. That's when I was still a mage. As an archer, if you happen to have gotten the banana during the spending event that was around last time, it was really good. Otherwise, even having the blue banana is actually really good for archer. So archer, having the dragon, increasing your crit damage. This is actually not your basic attack crit damage. This is actually your global or your base crit damage stat. So you get 20 in that. So in theory, this, I wonder if you can actually stack this together. Now I'm really curious if both of them will count, because over here, this also gives you crit damage bonus 20. So I'm gonna just actually go compare and see if the POW together, if they give me 40 there. I'm gonna actually not use that. I am going to use, you want your cooldown reduction, not scale damage. So let me just quickly check. I have Treasure Dragon on my main account, so I just never checked. I'm pretty sure you can only get one stat from one particular hero, but let's go check our crit damage. This would be interesting to check. So you can see it does not double count, right? It does not double count. I only get 20. Both of them, the Fortune Dragon and the Mecha Dragon, actually give you the same. You don't get to double dip. If I were to remove it and go compare again, it's still going to say 20 over there for crit damage. See, it's still going to say 20, and I get 8% extra skill crit as well. So there you go. So you're actually better off to just put some skill damage over there, because of all the different things. No, this basic attack on you're not going to get as much, because you don't have a lot of basic attack. A lot of damage actually comes from your combo damage. So this is kind of probably the optimal DPS until maybe you have, Octopus. Now the paying players, like if you spend the $50, you might have a toothpick. So definitely toothpick is really good. And of course you'll replace this banana with the better banana POW down here, which is on a spending event if you spent $20. This one. And on the note of spending, you guys know Aptoid on the left hand side of the screen, and whenever you do spend through Aptoid, just find something to click on to buy. The quick interface. So I'm doing my quick plug for Aptoid right now. you can actually spend using the balance, or you can use one of the other payment method. For example, if I'm actually paying through PayPal, I'm earning 19 cents here towards my app point balance, which can be used for future purchases. So if you want to save a lot of money as you spend money in this game and get more bang for the buck, definitely use Aptoid and use my code in the links description below. Has all the details in how you can do that. So hopefully with all this information, you're going to be able to progress really well. Make sure you're using the max DPS for your Magic Theater. And score a lot of high on the ranking, because here your personal ranking rewards allow you to get even up to the 50th ranking, I believe. Yeah, you can get Skyrider passes, which is really important for you to work towards your mounts. Gonna take a moment to also say, even if you didn't get your mount to level 6 during the rush event, I would still advise you to just do it as soon as you can, because you shouldn't need to wait the entire month before you upgrade to this. At this stage in the game, getting that about, I think, almost 12,000 boost across all of your stats is a huge jump for your damage output. So you really shouldn't wait a month to do that. And more importantly, if you actually look at the parking reward for the gourd, you start getting souls. You get soul essences and soul crystals. So imagine all the soul crystals and soul essences you're missing out on if you would say, oh, I want to wait an entire month, so just so that I can get 2,000 more points on the Mount Rush. By the time you get to next month, all right, people are going to be far more ahead. The whales are going to just completely have way more gems. There's no way for you to compete on those events. So don't worry about it. Just get to level 6. This is where you're going to be for a long time and before you hit level 7, and you really shouldn't be worrying about using gems on your mount once you start reaching it. So from here onward, my gems are strictly going to go towards unlocking pals, unlocking my skills. I really want to get that Blitz Assault right away. I want to be able to get my Treasure Dragon right away, because both of those are big power jumps. If I'm a mage class, if you decide to still stick with mage, your Treasure Dragon is going to give you a huge jump. For archers, getting that Blitz Assault is going to be absolutely key for you. So I would probably spend all my extra gems here on my skill summons when it comes around. So yeah, that's kind of how I. So like if you watch other people's guides, right, and there's tons of guide on Legend of Mushroom, because the game's been out for a year. But when I was going through guides, I find a lot of the time these content creators are covering where their account is right now, which is like level 170, 180, or they're so late game, it's not relevant for a new player who's coming into the game. So if you're new to the game, I hope you found these guides helpful. It gives you relevant content, allow you to connect with where you are in the game, and really give you advice on your account where it actually matters at this point in the game. So hopefully this is really helpful. If you would like to hear more about some of the spending tips, I can definitely give you some of that. For example, Alien Dimension. Yes, it's very good. Alien Dimension is going to serve you from here till the very late end of the game. Yeah, but it also it takes you $500 to guarantee that. So I'm not even gonna talk about that unless unless a lot of people in the comments tell me that they need to figure out how to whale in this game, and we can spend talking about that another day. I will do more content on my main account as well, but right now I feel like finishing up the new player playthrough. So we'll wait until at least Feathers out. We'll wait until Enchants are out. So probably end of the first month, we'll start going over to my main account and cover some of the content there. And I know some people want me to talk about a mid-game progression guide. Don't worry, that will be on my channel very, very soon as well. Hope you enjoyed the guide so far. And if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Gandolf out.